Good afternoon to all the good viewers of this program who watch this program on a weekly basis, and also for the very, very first time. Allow us to share this program in Telegram for all those people who want to see it live so that they can have that opportunity. And I myself also will have that opportunity to be able to view it with you, make sure that there's no problems, and if there is a problem, solve it for you immediately. I don't know how long the program today will be, but we will continue our program and we will see how long it would be. As long as it takes, I'll be with you, and I will be sharing the program with you, giving you all the tools that you need in order for you to be able to take it to the next level and spread it and share with others so that we can get everybody who wants to wake up and see what the truth is. I've shared the link, or the page, I should say, of what we have in store for you today. As usual, I'll give you guys a different way of explaining than the Iranians, because they know some of the stuff, you don't know some of the stuff, you know some of the stuff, they don't know some of the stuff. So, they have to put more emphasis on different parts when I'm translating this, so I can explain in the proper language that which needs to be explained, so that both sides can, at the end, be equal in understanding everything that needs to be understood. The first picture we're looking at, ladies and gentlemen, this is the picture of Newsmax. And Newsmax channel is showing a picture of Khamenei, the spiritual leader of the Islamic Republic of Iran. The guy who thinks he's everything since the creation of sliced bread. He thinks he's the next big deal. And then beside him is his father, not his biological father, of course, but his spiritual and powerful energy movement that created him to be where he is today, Joe Biden, father of terrorists. And just like a little good boy, Ali Khamenei has been a very, very good boy of Joe Biden and Putin. And he has tons and tons of different terrorist organizations of his own underneath him. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I did tell you guys before that they're planning for World War III. I told you that in the area of the Middle East, so to say, which is really, there's no such thing as a Middle East, because the Middle East that they're talking about is actually West Asia and the whole northern part of Africa. That's two different continents. They've thrown it in the East only because the British thought that they are the center of the earth. But in reality, the earth is not flat to have a center. Any part of it is a center, depending from where you're measuring. So there's no such thing really called the Middle East. It's just a fake name they came up with. In reality, we gotta call this West Asia, because that's what it is. The problem is in West Asia. So now let's go forward. In West Asia, they decided to create a problem. These two clowns, okay, they decided we're going to start a problem. As usual, we'll pick on the Jew. So the problem will be first with the Jew. That's how they got Israel involved in October 7th. And then they took over the problem in West Asia. They escalated it. Khamenei over here, bombing and getting no result. Biden over here allowing Khamenei to continue to bomb and bomb and bomb and bomb and bomb with no results. And eventually, Biden is doing this because he wants to stay in power. Biden thinks like presidents in the past that started a war to stay on and extend their term. He thinks he's going to do the same thing. But unfortunately, he doesn't understand what MAGA is. He doesn't understand the MAGA movement. He doesn't understand the American public just doesn't want to be involved in another war. They had enough wars. He doesn't get any of that. He thinks like Nikki Haley, Namarada Haley, says the same thing. We got to go and carpet bomb Iran. Yes, Nikki Haley, you carpet bomb Iran. What good that will solve you? Nothing. You didn't say we're going to go and do regime change in Iran. You said we're going to carpet bomb Iran. We're going to kill the Iranians who support United States and love American people. Yes, let's go and bomb them. Nikki Haley never said we're going to throw a bomb underneath Khamenei's compound that will go 300 feet underground to hit him in those holes that he's going to be hiding in. No, no, no. Khamenei has to stay alive because Biden likes Khamenei. Namorada Haley, you know Nikki Haley, she loves Khamenei. I mean, Khamenei is giving them a playbook that they go by. They can't kill him. They just want to kill the innocent people. They want to kill the people who are a thorn to Ali Khamenei's side. The Iranian people who, if they were supported, they would take Iran back and end all this problem at once. But nope, nope, nope. Biden doesn't want to support that. Biden loves the fact that Ali Khamenei has started his genocide on the Iranian people once again. He was hiding for 4 years during Donald Trump. And now that Biden is in office, the killing spree has restarted. So, of course, they will do that. They want to spend your time bombing and bombing. Ali Khamenei saw that his henchmen, his terrorist groups, Islamic terrorist organizations in Iraq like Hezbollah, Khatim al-Hezbollah, Hashd al-Shabi, Mahdi, and the rest, and the rest, and the rest, and the rest. They all decided the bombs that Iran gives us, the missiles that Iran gives us, the drones that Iran gives us, can't even kill one person. Hence, they made a trade. They told the Islamic Republic of Iran, give us a better weapon. So Biden left military weapons in Afghanistan. Khamenei, right here beside him, decided, I will buy such weapons that America left behind in Afghanistan from my neighboring country, Afghanistan, ruled by the Taliban. And I will give it to my terrorists so they can use it. Hence, an American drone was used, thanks to Biden, who left it behind, so that terrorists in the region can kill 3 American military engineer workers. And Biden decided, well, since I did that, I'm going to go and get the unions to back me for the next 4 years. But when the unions put a program together for Biden, nobody came. Not one worker showed up. So he demanded he'll have another meeting. And in the next one, he will demand that they bring the workers. So the workers came. The workers gave Biden a hard hat to wear. You see the hard hat. But Biden didn't know how to wear it. So the workers said, we will help you and we'll take a picture with you. And they made him wear the hard hat backwards. Biden was so happy that they're taking a picture with him. I mean, look at this guy. He's giving him a thumbs up. He's wearing the hard hat backwards, and they're giving him a thumbs up, laughing away. We learn a lot from this laugh. This is the laugh of, we don't accept you. You are a clown. We're going to show you off as the clown that you are. And Biden, he's so happy. Let's go, Brandon. All of those people are Trump supporters. Nobody supports Biden. Are you crazy? Call yourself an American and support Biden? This Biden, the racist, who says, you ain't black if you don't vote for me? Why is he black? This Biden who gave the eulogy at top influential KKK members when they died, he gave their eulogy. This Biden whose words during the Clinton era was lock up these people. We don't want them in our neighborhoods. They should live in their own jungles, calling hard-working black folks in the United States as animals that belong in the jungle. This guy who ruined the lives of over close to about 100 million Iranians inside and outside of Iran. This guy who ruined the lives of about 50 million Afghans. This guy? No, not this guy. This guy who ruined the life of so many Ukrainians today and says he supports Ukraine, but he doesn't support Ukraine. He supports money laundering to Ukraine. He says there are conditions for Ukraine on how they can fight. There are conditions on Ukraine on what kind of weaponry they can use. When you're fighting a superpower who's got nukes, and you're telling the guy who's fighting the guy with the nukes, you can't use planes, okay? No jets, no American jets. Nope. That's a no. You can't use that. Nope. You want tanks? Well, it depends what kind of tanks. You know, you can't have the best that the British have. No, you can't have that one. No. American? No, you can't have that one either, okay? You can't do that. It's an old rundown Russian tank from like 60 years ago. Sure, you can totally use that. So where's the money going? I mean, you're giving the guy money supposedly for war. When you get money for war, you buy weapons with the money so you can fight your war. But this Biden over here, he says, no, you can't buy those weapons. You can't buy the top weapons. You got to go with the bottom weapons, the weak weapons, you know, the ones that are no use in front of Russia. I mean, who is Ukraine fighting? Afghanistan? Where they come with the little plant watering bucket that they wash their behinds with? Are they fighting them? Or are they fighting Russia? No, you can't use that. So it's money laundering. 166 attacks. Terrorist organization after terrorist organization. I mean, these terrorists, they're too afraid to fight Israel. Israel is turning them into kebabs and cutlets left, right, and center. Attacking and killing IRGC agents and generals in Syria. Syria attacked southern Lebanon. Even yesterday morning, he attacked southern Lebanon. Israel is all over Gaza and Han Yunis and everywhere else. Nope. Nobody dares fight with Israel. But they're all bombing Americans. They're all shooting at Americans. I wonder why. I mean, Israel is not as powerful as United States, and they're afraid of Israel. Why are they not afraid of United States, Americans? Remember, I told you guys a couple weeks ago, I used the term that the international world, meaning all the other countries around the world use for Americans. Stupid Americans. Don't be stupid Americans. You're better than that. Don't allow the rest of the world to fool you. The reason why they can do this is because Biden is a pushover. The reason why they can do this is because Biden doesn't have America's back. He took an oath to protect America, but he's not fulfilling that oath because maybe the oath he took was fake. However, Iran did succeed. They used an American drone to hit Americans with. And unfortunately, 3 great Americans ended up giving their life. You know who these 3 great Americans are, right? They're the ones that when Biden went over there and told a joke, and none of the people in the military found it funny, he called them all bastards and told them to laugh. Biden called all of these 3 great Americans, these 3 great heroes of the United States, who were there building roads. Roads, ladies and gentlemen. They're there to repair roads. They're there for planning on how to build and make Jordan more modern, better roads. Roads. They were there to build roads. On behalf of the engineering corps of the military, they were there to create new roads. Roads Joe Biden won't create in the United States, but he was going to do it for Jordan. And some terrorists decided to kill them. Why? Because Biden is in the top. Biden's sitting at the top. He doesn't know Minister of Defense Lloyd, the general, doesn't know that the guy's in the hospital. And Lloyd doesn't have 2 brain cells to rub together to say, by the way, I'm going under the knife. Maybe something would happen. I should let someone know. I mean, we're in the middle of war. Maybe I should tell somebody. Nope. They don't care. General Lloyd doesn't care about the great lives of the Americans who died. 23 and 24. Who gives a crap if they died, says Biden and Lloyd. By the way, General Lloyd is black. Just like these 3 great Americans who gave their life for Americans, who gave their life for the people of Jordan, who gave their life to make a difference on this planet, to help those that need help. They are not soldiers. These 3 are heroes. America. But you, the Americans, are quiet. Wonder why? Either you do not know what they were doing, which begs the question, why don't you know what they're doing? Why are you asleep, America? Wake up. You're a living giant. It's time you act like what you are. Take charge of your country. Vote out those who are there to gut America and destroy it from within. No nation can touch you, but you've allowed people into office who are there to destroy you, who are there trying to take the pillars out from underneath the United States. People like Joe Biden. People who will use the election machines, alter them, so that for one person he'll vote as in 2 votes for every vote. You can do that with a machine. You can do that with your computer today. You can say every vote I put in for Mr. X, you count as 2 votes. And every vote I put in for Mr. Y, you count as half a vote. Your computer can do that. Why do you think a machine can't do it? course they can. They can alternate it. Biden needs a lot of votes? No, he doesn't. He just needs a handful. All they got to know is ahead of time how many people sent in a mail ballot so they can count those. They can count the early votes. They'll have an idea of how much they need to generate. If they need one vote for Mr. X to count as 10, simply all they got to do is tell the machine to count it as 10. It's not hard. It's easy to change the results of any election in the future. Any. Very easy. It's not like you are writing it by hand, where your vote is your vote. You're not caucusing like the people of Iowa. But your soldiers are dying. And Biden said, I'm going to take responsibility. I'm going to do something about it. We're going to answer the killing of these three. By the way, I just don't have time right now. So we're going to give Islamic Republic of Iran and Ali Khamenei 3 days. We're going to tell them ahead of time that we plan on bombing in Syria and we plan on bombing in Iraq. In Iraq, as they would say in Iraq itself, the Iraqis are going to get bombed. Of course, all the terrorists know what you want to do. I mean, you said it. Biden said it. All the news agencies said it. John Kerry said it. Every idiot that works in the Biden cabinet has said it. They listened. They took all their artillery, their missiles and everything, and they left you nothing but a storage center. In the storage center, ladies and gentlemen, there were 2 spiders. They had 10 webs. I mean, spiders have to have a lot of houses. If you don't believe me, go ask Mr. Spider around the corner from your house, and the spider will tell you all about it. But there was 5 cockroach. You know, they're different cockroach. I mean, one was German, the little one. The other one was a big one that sits in the palm dates. You know, there were different types of cockroach there. And there were 10 ants as well. But America, Biden's America, Biden, who says they were there to push his goals and achievements forward, they were there for his mission. According to Biden, he decided we have to kill those cockroaches and ants and spiders living in that storage center. Because once we blow it up, Islamic Republic of Iran and Ali Khamenei can later on come back and rebuild a better storage with the money of the people of Iran, who should have that money spent on them. But no, genocidal Islamic Republic of Iran doesn't care about the people of Iran. Hence, they will use that to fulfill their own genetic past, which are the Arabs, the invaders, to once again have their hands in the pocket of the people of Iran, use their money to rebuild Syria and Iraq after America bombs, of course, and tell them ahead of time so that no one dies. I mean, that's how you fight wars nowadays. You tell the guy, you call him up and you say, hello, you know, I hate your guts, but listen to me carefully. 3 days from now, I'm going to bomb your car. So you better leave it alone and put it somewhere you don't want anything else around it to get damaged, and I will bomb the car, okay? And you say, okay. And then you go and you tell your insurance, someone bombed my car, I should get a new car. Defunding UNRWA. UNRWA, of course, as you don't know, is the sister organization to Hamas. UNRWA complained, they jumped up and down, cried and cried some more. We will help the whole of the Palestinians in Palestine. I mean, the country doesn't exist. We will put food in the stomach of the poor Palestinian who can't afford to eat. We will put clothes on the back of the poor Palestinians who are butt naked running around shaking what their mama gave them. We will help the Palestinians who have nowhere to sleep but on the sidewalk. At the end of the day, all they did is give the money to Hamas. Hamas continues to go and kills like they did on October 7th. And Orwell was there to help them hide the little girls that they've brought back who they've raped, the little boys that they bring back who they've raped. Raping business, taking them captives, treating them like they're slaves. So these countries you see here, they decided, they took it upon themselves to no longer support UNRWA with any kind of money. They said, not even one penny. Enough is enough. We're cutting you dry. Australia, Austria, Canada, Estonia, European Union, Finland, France, Germany, Iceland, Italy, Japan, Latvia, Lithuania, Netherlands, New Zealand, the corrupt country of Romania, Switzerland, UK, and the United States all decided. I mean, even Romania, which is known to be corrupt as corrupt can get, where you can bribe your way anywhere you want. Even the Romanians said, we have a red line. I mean, there is a red line. Once you start using the money we give you to chop off little heads of babies from Israel, and you videotaped it, and you spread it, and everyone has seen it, but the Muslim liars pretend like they didn't see it and say, show me the proof. Where is the proof? Where is the proof? Show me the proof. When you start lying and aiding and abetting Hamas, you should know that the countries who have red lines, like Romania, will say enough is enough. We're not supporting you no more. And thank God Romania, as corrupt as the country is, not the people, the country. We're talking about a country, okay? There are lots of good Romanians. I know some. We're talking about the country, those that run the country. They're corrupt. But at least, thank God, thank you, Jesus, that some of them have a red line and they say enough is enough. We don't support the mutilation of kids. We don't support the mutilation of, while you're raping a woman, you cut off her breasts and you start to play soccer with it on the side of the road and you watch her die because of blood loss and you laugh and you continue to rape the dead body while you record it. These countries say we had enough of that. No more of that. Thank God to that. Thank you, Jesus. And then there was this. Biden is busy. I mean, who cares about 3 people that died who were all black in Jordan of all places? Who cares, says Biden. I got bigger fish to fry. Biden is upset. His illegals that they call migrants. They're not migrants. They're illegals. Legals are migrants. A real migrant who comes to this country as your vice president, Kamala Harris would say, the migrants are the ones that built this country. Those migrants that came here the legal way built the country. Not the illegal migrants that sneak across a border. Not illegal migrants who swim across a river. They don't build the country. Those are the ones that tear down the country. 4 of them attacked 2 police officers. Let me give you the background of the story. Everyone's seen the clip. The clips have gone around and around and around, but you don't know the background of the story. These people came to the Century City, Mayor Adams, New York, where Mayor Adams, during the time of Trump, he said, we will not allow the ICE agents to take illegal immigrants out of the United States. They have to stay here and become a citizen. I mean, the guy did break the law coming into the country the way he came in unlawfully. I mean, he did break through your window to enter your house instead of knocking on your door, asking your permission and you allowing him. No, he invited himself, and now he's eating your food without you providing him with the food, and you found him in your house, shocked when you came home. Yes. I mean, he did do that, but now he's inside your house. You should put his name on the deed. I mean, he's co-owner now. He lives with you. Come on now. That's what they did to your United States. Mayor Adams. No, this is a centuries. Now he's jumping up and down like a baboon, yelling off the top of his lungs. Oh, we have too many people there. We can't do anything. We're going bankrupt. There's nothing we can do. Ooh. So then these people came. They sneaked across the border. They came over. Now that they're here, they all go to New York. But they don't have a social security number. So they can't get a job. They can't get a home. They can't get nothing. It's okay. They got 5-star hotels and Hiltons and the Ritz and everywhere else. Biden pays for it. Big Daddy Biden is paying. They love Biden. All of them love Biden. But they need something to do. I mean, you can't do nothing all day. So what do? They started a gang. Innocent people walking by, steal their purses, steal their phones, grab their wallets. If the person tries to defend themselves and restrains, beat them up as a group. So the police started to identify them. But because the police were identifying them, they decided, we'll fight with the police. Hence, you see in this smaller picture down here, the police were fighting. The guy took off his shirt. Now he's top half naked. The one police is on the floor getting kicked by this guy with the red and this guy with the blue jeans. The other police thought he had this guy, but he sneaked out of his yellow shirt, allowing the police to only hold on to the yellow shirt. Well, they got away after they beat up the 2 police. But eventually the police found them, at least 4 of them. So they were taken to the county jail for the night. They go in front of the court. The district attorney lets them loose. They've got rights. They've got rights that the American public doesn't have. It's not an America First agenda with Biden, Gavin Newsom, and the rest. No. It's an America Last agenda. It's a let's dismantle United States. Let's kill off the American agenda. So they were freed. When they come out, they give you 2 middle fingers, one for the police and one for the news agencies. You see, he even stuck out his tongue to taunt you, like a little kid. What are you going to do? Stick out the tongue. Because they know nothing will happen. So the chief of police in New York was invited on Newsmax to explain the simple question of, what do you plan on doing to catch and reduce the theft, the rapes, the murder. He said, well, the city pays us a lot of money. So the officers, they're very happy with what they get and what they do. In other words, we're doing nothing. We're collecting money. Eventually, you will defund us. We will just leave the city, just like everybody else who is being forced to leave the city. That's why these guys are there, to force you to leave the city. Everyone has to move south. They want to clear the north. They don't want anyone living in the northern states. They want you to get out, get out. All of you are to come to southern central states. That is Agenda 2030 for you. You have to be locked up in a cage with no windows. And then there is this person, Ilhan Omar. You know, when I was a kid, okay, back in my day, because, you know, Dr. Musawad is about 7,000 years old, if you didn't know. He just looks good, but, you know, he's 7,000 years old. Back in my day, when ladies wanted to be stylish and they wore earrings, if they were very, very poor, at least the gold was like 14 karat gold. There was a diamond in the earring. You know, it looked good. Today, the rich and the famous, they're wearing plastic. Look at the plastic earrings. Look at those plastic earrings. And what does she know? You know? Collect the American money, put it in her pocket, and laugh at you. I mean, this is supposed to be your leader. This orangutan that in Somalia, if she was living there now, they would have killed her 50 times over. In fact, that's why she no longer lives there. I mean, she ran away from Somalia. She had 2 legs, and she borrowed another 20 to add to her 2 legs, like they do in the cartoons. And she was gone. Through the UN refugees, they took her, put her in England. Her brother, on the other hand, UN refugee, took him and brought him to United States. Allegedly, this is the brother for sure. That's his face. Also, the first husband. Allegedly. They got together. They did the dingy. You know, if you don't know what I'm talking about, my friend, ask your wife. She will tell you exactly what I'm talking about. She knows. I mean, she can show you. I can't show you. I mean, I'm over here. You're over there. And also, you know, we are not married. But your wife will definitely show you. Ask her about it, and she'll tell you what dingy is. Never mind. Back to our story here. These 2 got married. This guy and whatever that is. They got married, okay? They got married. I mean, we know what this is because he's got, according to the woke society, he's got a mustache and he's got a beard. Hence, because he's got a mustache and he's got a beard, he's a man. But according to the woke terminology, we don't know what identifies a person as a woman. I mean, that question has been asked. What is a woman? And everyone who goes in the Senate turns around and says, I'm not sure. We have to ask the experts. The experts have to tell us, you know. And of course, biology, that's an old thing, man. We're not going with the old ideas. We got to go with the new idea, the woke idea. So according to wokeism, which she supports, we don't know what that is. Nobody knows what that is. You don't know what that is. The fact checkers don't know what that is. Nobody knows what that is. What is that? I don't know what that is. All I know, it's something that wears pink plastic earrings. Okay? and likes to have a Somalian hijab because that's how Somalians wear their hijab. And we know she likes the colorful Somalian clothing because, Somali, they wish they had flowers. They don't have flowers, my friend. They just don't have flowers. I mean, all of Somalia, top to bottoms, from side to side, round and around in a circle you go. But they don't have flowers. That's why they have pirates. The pirates are there because they're trying to get flowers for the country. And that's why they attack the ships. They're looking for flowers. Don't believe Tom Hanks, man. Tom Hanks lied. They don't attack captains and take the ships and, they take everyone hostage. No, they don't do that. They're looking for simple flowers, my friend. Flowers. That's the name of the game. You see, look, she's wearing it all over her clothes. All kinds of flowers. Purple flowers, red flowers, yellow flowers, white ones. She's got them all. She's trying to collect some flowers. They're dying for some flowers, my friend. Come on, look. I mean, I can just describe what I see. What can you do? Even he has a flower. You see the little flower that's died? They're looking for flowers, man. That's all they want. Somalians want flowers. But some people, they decided to take blood samples from both. They decided to do a DNA swap on them both. And they decided to find out if these two, their DNA can be a siblingship report. You see, they want to know if they're related or not. If you take a husband and wife and you do a DNA support, they will not be from the same family. They will not. They're unified as a family, but they're not blood members of each other's family. In the case of these two, allegedly, according to what we see in front of us, the rate that they are siblings is 99.99999999998%. Hey, fact checkers, check that out. Look at that fact. Big Tent, Republican PAC. And here's the name. General Genetics Corporation. Endeavour DNA Laboratories. This wasn't made by your mama's bakery shop. Okay? Susan, watch KK. Go fuck yourself. Look who made this. Now someone's going to say, Dr. Mosovat, he has a bad mouth. Well, Jesus had a bad mouth too. He called them serpents. He called them dogs and pigs. When you find that you have an enemy, when your enemy wants to take out every video that you make, when they go back in time to look for your videos, let's see what he said in whatever language he said it. Let's remove him. Let's do something where he doesn't wake people up. Let's do something where he doesn't break the back of globalism, of one world nation. Let's do something where he doesn't destroy all of our thoughts on genocide of the human race. Of course, that evil enemy, you should use whatever words I use, and you should use it for them too. Susan Watch Kiki today is one of them. She's the czar of YouTube. She's the one who plays the tricks on us. Oh, in Persian, we're not going to let you copy paste it. No, we'll take share away. Oh, dum-dums. I can just go and get the address and copy the address and put it in. We'll spread it out. You can't stop us free people of the world, Susan Wachkiki. So they are brothers and sisters, allegedly. Because, you got to throw that in there. However, she's been giving lots of lectures. One recently has been spread where she talked in her native language after she started it off with My language is broken. I don't know how to speak a Somalian. And then she says, I'm a Somalian first. I am Muslim second. Hey, Muslims, go kill her. Go kill her. She puts Somalia above Islam. Somalia is a bigger God than the God of Islam. According to Ilhan Omar, she's no longer a Muslim because she has allegiance to a country over Islam. And she says, my mission in America is to make the agenda of Somalia first. She wants to make Somalia great again. Well, unfortunately, Somalia never was great for it to become great again. In Somalia, when it used to be one with Ethiopia and a few other countries like Eritrea, back then, and Sudan was part of it too, and they were big and they were mighty. They were amongst the top 4 nations of the world. History won't tell you that. Neither the Europeans want to admit that to you. Neither do the Africans want to admit that to you. But Dr. Musawat will tell you the truth. Back then, they were top 4. Back then, they promoted Islam to take over the Middle East, as you would call it, Western Asia. They promoted Islam to go into Europe. And they promoted Islam to go into Central Asia. But it backfired. It also went into Africa. It also went into their countries. It also dismantled their countries. It also destroyed everything it touched, like a cancer that Islam is. But she wants to make Somalia great again. She wants Somalia first agenda. By the way, she's been elected as your senator. Americans, the Somalians living in Indianapolis laugh at you. They say, stupid Americans. They allowed us to put one of our own agents in the Senate. Never once did she mention United States. The United States has no importance to her. She doesn't even acknowledge herself as a citizen of the United States. It's only about Somalia. And she wants the lands of Somalia back. She wants a war with Ethiopia. She wants the United States to help Somalia in that war. Pushing for World War III. It's not enough we have a war in Europe. It's not enough that we have a war in the Middle East. It's not enough we have multiple wars right now happening in the Middle East. It's not enough that we have a war between Azerbaijan, which is actually Aravan, and Armenia, right now, that no one talks about. She wants a war between Somalia and Ethiopia over land. So eventually, Marina Medevin says, Ilhan Omar, an American congresswoman, tells Somalians that she is Somalian first, Muslim second. No American was even mentioned. Oh, and she says her primary job in Congress is to protect Somalia. There she is again with another plastic earring and a Somalian hijab. That's a hijab. It's a head covering. Women have to cover their hair. How dare you show off your hair? So Ron DeSantis, who was an embarrassment. He destroyed his career. He literally shot himself in both feet at the same time. He could have been a future president for the Republicans. But no. He had to go against MAGA. Hey, Ron DeSantis, MAGA is the American people. MAGA is not a terrorist organization. MAGA is anyone who says, I live in America. I want America to be free. I want America to have jobs. I want America to be safe. I want America to not be expensive where our future offsprings can also live in. I want an America that provides proper education to our kids so they can start to read and write, so they don't graduate high school without knowing how to read and write. MAGA is any American that decides that when you see someone outside in the street, you give them respect. You show them respect. You provide them respect. Because your actions can also be respected. But unfortunately, Joe Biden doesn't know that. Rob DeSantis doesn't know that. So he's trying to save face. He wants to show he's still good to the people. So what does he say? Expel Congress, denaturalize and deport. Yeah, do that. Do it right now. Please do it. But no one will. Marjorie Taylor Greene, the lioness that she is, she started something. She wants to get it going so they can censor her. And Nikki Haley, who wants to carpet bomb Iran, but keep the Ayatollahs. Nikki Haley says, when she was a little baby, a bambina, a little one, you know, boop, she wanted to go and be in a beauty pageant. She wanted to be part of those that encourage pedophilia. I mean, she wanted to be 3 years old. She wanted to wear a bikini. She wanted to come in front of the American public. And she wanted to shake her little tushy. And she wanted to push her little undeveloped chest together. Make it look like she's an adult woman. So that some judge who's a pedophile can sit there and look at her and say, yes, her legs look better than the legs of the other one. Yes, her butt looks more round than the other one. Yes, I like how she plays with her hair. I mean, you think about it. Who's the one who's judging the beauty pageant for little kids? I mean, if the guy was judging it for adults, you would still call that guy a pervert. You would say, I mean, this guy just wants to look at the breasts and the, you know. But for the little kid, obviously this guy's a pedophile. I mean, in his mind, he's gay. He's raiding the body of a little baby. Must be Muslims because, you know, Prophet of Islam says, and the Quran, the words of Allah, the God of Islam, says you can marry them and you can divorce them even if they don't have periods, meaning children don't have periods. She wanted to be one of them, you know. But the problem, there is a problem. Nikki Haley, Nimrada, that's her real name. At that time, she wasn't Nikki Haley yet. She was Nimrada. Nimrada couldn't find the pageant to enter because she wasn't white or black. And she's only 51 years old. Nimrada, don't you understand American history? I mean, you want to be president of the United States, yet you don't know the history of the United States. Well before you were born, United States had unified. There was no more segregation. There was no drinking fountain for the blacks and a drinking fountain for the whites. There was no more blacks sit in the back of the bus, whites sit in the front of the bus. There was no more, you have certain buses just for black people and you have certain buses just for whites. There was no more kids in one school are just white and kids in another school are just black. There was no more one shopping center for the whites and one for the blacks. There was no more two different baseball teams. One had clubs only for the whites and one had clubs only for the black. Nimrata, what kind of drugs are you on? Have you taken a few too many vaccines? I mean, have you been going to some quack medical doctor who's been inserting it into your brain? There's lots of quack medical doctors. You want to know who are the quack medical doctors, America? The ones that study books in which it says Bill Gates says the following vaccines are good for you. Because we all know Bill Gates is a medical doctor. I mean, you have a guy who stole somebody's company, allegedly, and then named it after himself. And he started a Microsoft company where he's talking about computers. And now, all of a sudden, out of the blue, he wakes up one day on the left side of his bed and thinks he's a medical doctor, and he's now training all your future medical doctors in every single big name university. They're all quacks. And they're not cool quacks like Donald Duck. Okay? Faffering attacks. They're not like him. And we learned this week. This is important for you, America. I'm going to show you how you can connect the dots. We're going to connect dots and teach you geopolitics. Here you have an Arab sheikh. Okay, he was speaking in Arabic. Okay, how do you know? At the bottom over here, look, it's all in Arabic. He's talking. He's going to teach the Muslim men a big deal. Before you start beating your wives, before you start beating her, okay? You come home, you take out the belt, and you shake it around, and you go to town. Before you do that, though, there is one important thing you have to do. You should always say, in the name of Allah, and then start the beating, okay? You need Allah on your side. Come on now. I mean, how can you have all the fun and you want Allah just to sit there and watch? No, he has to be part of it. You know, you have to get him incorporated, you know, you and Allah together, you and your Islamic idol God together have to beat the girl. Why you beat the woman? Well, she didn't do her duties. What was her duties? Her duties were she has to stay in the house. She has to cover herself all the time. And then, after covering herself all the time, she also has to do whatever you say, like a robot. And if she didn't do it fast enough, but he's not the only sheikh we're looking at today. There is this guy. Okay, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking he looks like a clown. Just leave that alone. Leave that alone. I mean, there is a reason. He didn't want to have a mustache because he didn't want to be similar to Hitler. You know, they identified him as that because, you know, Hitler's a big man in the Islamic nations. So he didn't want to identify himself as that. I mean, he's Turkish after all. They were on the same side. But anyway, this Turkish imam is going to teach us something. Daily Mail, you know, it's not just some, you know, this isn't your father's bakery that's stocking. This is Daily Mail. They brought it out. Turkish Islamic preacher says, men without the beards. I mean, you see, I got a beard, okay? I trimmed it, but I have one, okay? I didn't want to be part of what this guy's cooking. Men without beards cause indecent thoughts in other men because they look like women. In other words, ladies and gentlemen, he's telling us, according to Islamic law, if a man doesn't have a beard, he can make another man, you know, ding, go up and Next thing you know, dingy dingy will start. And well, in other words, in Islam, you are allowed to be gay because, you know, you didn't have a beard. And you're allowed to be bi because you can have a wife and you can still go after the man because, you know, another man didn't have a beard. And you were like, man, you didn't cover your cheeks with the beard. Now I just have to have it. And it's your fault because I'm thinking of wanting you, but you didn't know that I'm thinking of wanting you, but still it's your fault. So if two men with big beards decide to go and do the stuff that you do in the bedrooms, and someone finds them, do not harm the two of them. Just go out in the street and look for the first man you see without a beard, and he's the one you got to punish. Because it was his fault that those two with beards down to their knees were involved in a sexual act inside the bedroom. This is how they are now legitimately making it okay in Islam to be LGBTQ, whatever it is. You guys know it better than me. They keep changing. And then we find this. This is the czar of climate change, the queen of climate change. They all say be all of change. I mean, there is nothing more than this climate change. This climate changer over here, this person right here, the big time climate changer, Greta Thunberg. Look at the hat she's wearing. Just look. There is a symbol on it. That symbol with this arrow comes up as transgender. I wonder why she's pushing transgenderism. Is she trying to tell us something about herself? Because if so, she can get rid of that wig and she will have this hair. That is her face. How dare you? Is one of her trademarks. How dare you? How dare you drive with your car, that gas guzzling car? How dare you have a house with 4 bedrooms? How dare you? You know how much gas you use to heat your house when the warmth of the climate is changing? It's already hot outside. I mean, we don't see snow anymore. It's hot. How dare you take away our childhood? Remember she used to say this at the UN meetings? And then they would all clap. Like a bunch of monkeys, they used to clap for her. How dare you? And now you see her. She has the trademark of Islamic Republic of Iran, the Palestinian chief that she has around her like a hijab. They put it around their neck, you know? Every time they want to support Palestine. Palestine. It's a money-making machine. Palestine, Palestine. Come on, you got to support Palestine. From the river to the sea. And they don't even understand what the hell they're saying. Which river to which sea? Palestine will be free. Was there a Palestine in the past? Nope. Palestine is a name of an area. Like the Indian Ocean is the name of an area. It's an ocean. Pacific Ocean. It's not a country. Mount Everest. It's a mountain. Its name is Everest. There was no country called Everest. And what does she do? There's her devil sign horns. She's throwing out those devil signs. Yeah. Well, I'm sure every climate change person has to do one of these, right? Every climate change person. I mean, the rock stars have to do it. George Bush has to do it. Obama has to do it. Ahmadinejad has to do it. All the musicians and movie stars and professional wrestlers have to do it. I mean, it's just how their hands are, right? So when you're in natural state, your hands automatically just clamp down. and you get the two sides out, and you start giving everyone a right? I mean, that's just how you do it. It just happens, right? I mean, nobody has fingers like this straight out, right? Everybody's fingers are just clapped in all the time. And every time you take a picture, you have to do one of these, right? It just automatically goes up, like as if there is somebody with a button on your back, and they press it, and then your hand just goes, hey, I'm a picture taker. Hey, give the devil signs, you know? No, no, that's a love sign. No, no, that's not a love sign. It's the devil sign. And here she is. Why we know it's the devil sign and not a love sign? Let's look at her next picture. Same jacket, same chiefy that she's wearing. And now we see her with a few others. We see another lesbian wearing the same thing, the one with the closed eyes. Pay good attention to her. We're going to see her again. We see the gay Iranian agent of Islamic Republic of Iran behind her. That's her connection to Islamic Republic of Iran. We go to the next picture. There is the girl with the eyes closed. Now she's covering her hair. I mean, in the last picture, 2 seconds ago, her hair wasn't covered. She had to signal that, you know, I'm with the lesbian group. And now she has to signal that, you know, I'm with the Muslims. I'm going to cover my head. And she's not Muslim. She's a white woman from the West. And then she has to wear the pink chiefy because she has to still say, I'm a lesbian. I need the pink there to show I'm a lesbian. Okay, I'm a lesbian. And then so she has to show that. The same guy is here that we saw in the last picture, standing behind. But now we have another lesbian on this side, and she throws up the fist for BLM. You know, the BLM's fist has to come up. I mean, she's not black, but hey, why not? And then we got another lesbian on the side over there. We have another gay Iranian over here. And we have another gay Iranian over here with the Palestinian flag that, you know, we are supporting Palestine. And then there also comes the climate. Protest is not a crime. It's not a crime to protest for the climate. You know, you guys are just using way too much gasoline. You guys are eating your house way too much. It's already warm. I mean, she knows she's from Sweden. And we all know in Sweden, it's boiling like a sauna. I mean, they haven't seen snow for the last 50,000 years in Sweden. She knows she's from Sweden. Come on. Who's going to know Sweden better? Her or you? You don't live in Sweden. She's from Sweden. Never mind that this is happening in London, England. And then in London, England, if you mention Islam, the cops disappear. But in her case, ladies and gentlemen, she did what no one else can do. She did what Greta Thunberg does. She got herself arrested. And just look at the picture. I mean, in the past picture here, she's not even 18 years old. But then you look down here, she ends up looking like a 58-year-old woman. Look at that. Her chin has a chin. The chin has another chin. And that chin is full of wrinkles. Look at the face. The wrinkles are falling all over the side of her mouth. Look at that eyes. Her eyes are about to pop out of her head. I mean, they grabbed her. They grabbed her tough, you know, and she says, only money out. She wants the money. If you want to know where the money is, it's over her breast. I mean, you know, she's a woman or something. We don't know. The woke say we don't know what she is too. But anyway, it's there because, you know, men will look there. So you have to put it there so that when she gets arrested and her arms go to the side, you get a full view of the sign, right? So it's been put there for a reason, ladies and gentlemen. But We want to see if the climate czar believes what she tells you. Did you take away the future of the children? The children. Are you a bigot for not supporting Palestine? And you want to give the homeland of the Jews back to the Jews who've been living there for the last 10,000 years? Well, this is Greta Thunberg. We are going to look at this child's net worth. Okay? I mean, she's a child. She's not even 18 years old. In all the countries that have alcohol, she can't drink alcohol. In most countries, if she was to sleep with a man, that man would be charged with pedophilia. In most countries, she doesn't have the right to vote. But she has a net worth, ladies and gentlemen, a net worth. Her net worth is $18 million. That's USD. That's American. Her annual income is $2 million. What does she do other than protests is an employment? When you see the BLMers in the street, majority of them are getting paid. When you see the Antifa, they're getting paid. When you see them rioting for Palestine and Yemen and the rest, they're getting paid. When they come out for climate change, they get paid. Not all of them get paid the same amount. Some get more, some get less. Of course, if you're the czar, you make more. It's like if you go to a company and you get employed, you're going to work there like everybody else, but not everyone gets the same pay. The manager will get more. His manager will get more. The manager of that manager gets more. So Greta Thunberg, let's see what she gets. She makes 2 million American a year. Her height, she's 4'10". Inheritance. I mean, her parents didn't have any money, but all of a sudden they have 10 million to give her. George Soros funds all of these organizations. George Soros put some of his money into the parents, and the parents now have to give it to her. Greta Thunberg, this little girl or boy or whatever, because wokeism says we don't know what is a woman, so it's hard to say and be fact-checked on it if this truly is a woman or not, according to the liberal, democratic, socialist, communist ideology of the wokeism of the West. We do not know for certain if this is a woman or a man, a child or a boy, a girl or not, transvestite or not, cockroach, potato, tree, car, train. We don't know. Nobody knows. If you know, please let us know. Whatever that is, robot and whatever else, it has 9 cars. I mean, they're not like Kia and Hyundai and, Toyota. Then that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about real cars, gas guzzling cars, cars with a lot of cylinders. The type of car that when you turn it on, a liter of gas will go. You press the gas button, boom, 1 gallon of gas is already gone. As soon as you pull it into drive, and there goes another half a tank. We're talking about gas guzzlers. She has the big cars, them fast cars. She driving them Lamborghinis and the Ferraris and the Porsches and the Maseratis and the Hummers. I mean, after all, she has to compete with Andrew Tate. Andrew Tate, the pimp. You remember the pimp? The guy who gets the girls, brainwashes them, slaps them around, puts a university together to teach you and give you a doctorate on how to become a pimp, which you can still go and subscribe to today if you want to learn how to be a pimp. And he'll teach you how you get the girl to undress on the camera, stick stuff inside of her, and then you come and collect the money. I mean, he stole American girls, took them to Romania so they can do this. Yeah, Romania, the corrupt one. Yep. He has to compete. He tells her, look at the kind of car I have. And she replies, that's because you have a small dingy. And then she shows her cars. Look at what I got. It's better than yours. Damn right. I can teach you, but I have to charge like the song, you know? But she's not talking about milkshakes. She's talking about her car. Speaking fee. You know, Dr. Musawat comes here and does it free of charge. And still he asks you, help us, support our channel. Use your wonderful magical finger. Click on the subscribe button so we can enlighten more people, so we can share this with more people. And only 138 people subscribe out of almost 15,000 people that watch our program on a weekly basis. Only 138. But Greta Thunberg has to get $50,000. That's American dollars. Not Swedish crowns. This is American dollars we're talking. Okay? So that she can come and tell you what a kid who hasn't even graduated from high school thinks about climate change, the country of Palestine, LGBT, and the rest. I don't know how many numbers and letters they have now. And Islam. I mean, she doesn't know, he doesn't, whatever it is, doesn't know it's left from its right, up from down, doesn't understand that these things she's talking about all contradict each other, but nevertheless, it has to come and talk. And you pay it $50,000. She also owns, it also owns 6 houses. I mean, come on now. She needs one for her right hand. She needs one for her left hand. She needs one for her right foot. She needs one for her left foot. She needs one for her head. And she needs one for her giant fat ass. Makes sense. And we're not talking about little tiny tinfoil houses that are made out of a tin can. No. These are big mansions. 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 10 bedrooms and 10 bathtubs. Acres of land. Of course, when you have a house like that, you need gas, electricity, and the rest. You need to water your grass. You need these bills to be paid. How much does Greta Thunberg spend monthly taking care of her cars and houses and clothing and flights around the world to go and speak at speaking engagements like she did in that picture in London, England? I'm sure she didn't swim her way to England. And she didn't get in a regular flight like the rest of you using Delta and American Airlines and Air Canada and the rest. No. She gets on chartered private planes. She goes through a separate entrance to the airport. Now, with all of you common folks, you're beneath her time. She gives speaking arrangements at Shia mosques throughout Scotland. Sweden, like the one in Stockholm, named Imam Ali's son, where Ayatollah said Cockroach Khamenei, with his one hand, will take the money out of the pockets of citizens of Iran and will fill it in the pockets of Greta Thunberg, so she can come there, wear a chaffy, and tell the Muslims how great Islam is, but she's not a Muslim, and she knows nothing about Islam. And she'll come and tell them, you have a great God, you have a great prophet, he had a great family, all 68 wives of his, and the thousands of sex concubines that he carried. And he was so great when he was sleeping with dead bodies. And he's so great when he slept with his own aunt. And he's so great when he slept with his other aunt who was dead. And he's so great that he was a pedophile, including with the girl that supposedly Shia Muslims say is his own biological daughter, and the Sunnis copy the Shia Muslims and say is his own biological daughter, but clearly she was born before he married Khadija, meaning there is no way on God's green earth that that could have been his daughter. But then again, you never know. I mean, Muhammad came out of the womb of his own mother 4 years after the death of his father. So you never know. I mean, if guy can do that, I mean, no elephant, no whale can do that. And they're the ones that are the longest carrier of the baby. And they can't even come close to his record. So you never know what he could do. Greta Thunberg will come and give you a lecture on how great that is. How great it is that in the Quran it says that if you're a Jew or a Christian, that you are complete, utter filth, and you're the worst of creatures, and that you should be killed wherever you get find. It's in the Quran. But Greta Thunberg has to come and say how great that is, so they can give her $50,000. After all, she's going to spend twice that in 1 month. Gas costs a lot of money for 6 houses. And when you have gas guzzlers like a Ferrari, a Hummer, and the rest, it costs a lot of money. Hence, you see Greta over here. She is a climate change protester. She is a Palestinian protester. And she is a transgender protester. She is a protester with many, many hats. Just whichever one pays the most that day, she is that. So when you see these people in your cities protesting, stopping the highway, doing all these things, remember one thing. It's all coming down to the same road. Agenda 2030. World War III that they're trying to start is heading to Agenda 2030. All the vaccines that they're giving you, and they want to give it now to the cows, like Bill Gates. He wants to stop cows from farting. In other words, if he's successful, then that cow will have digestive problems. And with a cow that has digestive problems, and you then come along and shove liters and liters and kilos of different types of liquid drugs and solid drugs, that cow will eventually die. Meaning they want to have the cows go extinct. That means all the people living in Africa who barter using cows as the monetary material will no longer have that on our bank. People throughout Central Asia, Far East Asia, and the West, like Europe, United States, and Canada, who depend on beef as a stable food diet, will go hungry. But all of that will depopulate the whole town. You know, the population has to be taken out. You got to take it out. TED Talks of Bill Gates. 10 to 15% with vaccine. This is TED Talk. It's on YouTube. For the fact checkers of Susan Wachki, go check your own source. It's on YouTube. He said it. Vaccine, depopulate 10 to 12%, to 15%, if he's lucky. Now he's going to get rid of your cows too. Then they're going to give you laboratory food. And your body will reject it because your body just doesn't recognize the nutrients that come from chemicals and only provides what is natural to it. So natural food is gone. Chemical food your body rejects. You get sicker. You need more medicine. You need more medicine. You get more symptoms because this medicine have symptoms of their own. And this cycle keeps repeating itself. And eventually you die off too. Gender surgeries for kids, they will never grow up. Their kids will change their mind every other day for what they want to be. One day they might want to be a fire truck. Does this mean you're going to go and put wheels on your child and remove the arms and legs? No, that's insane. Child can't make up their mind. Their mind hasn't developed. Regardless of what you think their physical body could develop, they're not developed. You can't ask something that's not developed to make a decision that a developed should make. It's insane. But it's Agenda 2030. And they're deathly afraid of Trump. They know if Trump comes, he's going to dismantle their whole ideas. That's why now they're working on Agenda 2050. Because they're afraid when Donald Trump comes again in his next 4 years, he's going to destroy their America last. He's going to destroy their one world nation. He's going to destroy their work towards despotism. So they have a 2050 plan. You got to vote. You got to do whatever you can to get Donald Trump reelected. You got to make sure you take out all the rhinos, all the Democrats, all the socialists, all the libertarians, all the whatever they want to call themselves. If they're not MAGA, if they're not America first, they need to go. Because you got a country to save America. You got to do with your actions a giant punch in the mouth of all of those who say stupid Americans. Not a physical punch, but with your actions. When you elect Donald J. Trump and Republicans throughout the board, one after another, after another, after another, and you fill in all the seats with Republicans. That's how you throw a punch in the mouth of all of those who say stupid Americans. That's how you stop communists. Then you have to change your educational system. You have to start enrolling patriotic teachers, patriotic curriculum, so that your next generation is not brainwashed to feel demoralized by the communist regime, so they can push more protesters like these down your throat. Viewers of the program, if you like our program, subscribe, go to our link tree, join on Telegram, join on Rumble. The day they close this, we should have a strong army on Rumble. Join us on Rumble, grow the Rumble channel as well. Go ahead and join us on Twitter as well, X. Share this program, leave comments after the program is finished, like the programs. I will leave you in the hands of Jesus. Tomorrow we have our program about the 13th part of Musa al-Kazim, the sadistic serial killer. And On Monday, we will have a special program in English. The program will be about a very special thing in which the English population should hear. But unfortunately, you've never heard it. The Persian community has heard it before. So please join us on Monday for a special program. We have an important program for you. Make sure you join it. Make sure you join it. It's going to be very important for you. That's Monday. Tomorrow, Sunday, we have our program. We have a special guest for the Monday program. I will not tell you a lot about it, but it is very important that you join us and that you take advantage of it. So until the program of tomorrow, I leave you in the hands of Jesus. God bless all of you. Bye for now.